very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. So first off, we welcome back Nana and Julie. You were on the show last time. Everyone gets 2 shots at the Pointless final, and this is your second and final chance. Remind us how you did last time.
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag. We did really badly, and then we did really well.
You scored 200 points in the first round, but then...
In the tie-break.
In the tie-break, you came up with Riga, which scored 2 points.
Yeah.
Sadly, the other people came up with something else that scored no points.
Yeah.
But there we are. I mean, you know, that's such is Pointless. Yes. Well, best of luck to you this afternoon. I hope we see you go further than round 1. And secondly, we welcome Andy and David. How do you two know each other?
Both Andy and I work for bereavement services in Sheffield, and we've known each other for the last 15 years, since Andy came along and joined me, because I've been working there for 23 years.
Wow. So have you taught him everything you know?
And now I know nothing.
Well, very best of luck to the pair of you. Next, we welcome Claire and Lee back to the show. You were on last time. Remind us what happened.
We got through to the head-to-head after a, like, sort of mixed bag of doing very badly and
mixed
then
bag. Our
not so badly.
200 scorers are back.
And then we managed to pull a pointless answer out of the bag.
You did.
Sheer fluke.
You did.
And then we got through into the head-to-head and got stuck on the Formula One, where we had a slight disagreement over the answer.
Have you resolved that, by the way?
Well, she won't talk to me on the train home, but...
Listen, I think we're going to see you all the way through to the final. That's my hunch this afternoon. Don't let me down. Very best of luck to you. And finally, we welcome Ed and Jenny. How do you two know each other?
Well, we've known each other all our lives as we're mother and son.
All your life, Ed.
Oh, yeah,
all your life.
This is true.
There was life before Ed. That's such a horrible thing to say. That's an awful thing to say, but
no way.
It's biologically possible and, in fact, true.
Yes.
What do you do for a living, Ed?
I'm a DJ and promoter.
A DJ and promoter?
Yeah.
Very good indeed. Jenny, how about you? What do you do?
Me, I'm retired and do next to nothing all day, but enjoy myself.
Yeah, well, that's the best answer I've ever heard. Next to nothing. Where do you do next to nothing?
In Lymington, in Hampshire.
Next to nothing, next to the sea.
Yep.
How fantastic. Wonderful. Well, very best of luck to the pair of you. We'll find out more about you throughout the show. There's only one person left for me to introduce. He's the man whose wealth of knowledge is the envy of quizmasters up and down the country. He's my pointless friend. He's Richard.
Hello.
The envy you inspire.
It's extraordinary, isn't it?
It is extraordinary. They covet you. Quizmasters up and down the country.
We've got 2 returning pairs today. Claire and Lee, obviously, were in the head-to-head last time. We have a long history of, if you're in the head-to-head the first time, quite often you go through to the final. Do you not? No pressure. Well, Nana and Julie, I think we probably didn't see the best of them, because despite getting 200 points, they were rather good, which sounds ridiculous, but it was quite a good 200 points. Rather than... We've seen worse 200 points in our time, is all I'll say. What I'm saying is it's not the worst thing we've ever seen, essentially.
That's OK, then.
If that makes you feel better. But I think they might do rather well today, Nana and Julie. I think they've got something to prove. OK, well, thank you very much, Richard. Now, we've put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but this is pointless, of course, so we are after the obscure answers that they didn't get. The fewer people who got the answer, the fewer points awarded, the better your chance of winning. What everyone's trying to do, of course, is find a pointless answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Now, Paul and Tom won the jackpot last time, so today's jackpot starts off back at £1,000. There it is. Right, let's play Pointless. Right, now, in the first round, each of you must give me one answer and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. So, our first category this afternoon is human anatomy. Human anatomy. Is that you thrilled, Julie, or are you despairing?
Poker face.
OK. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many bones of the body as they could. Bones of the body. Richard?
Yeah, the correct answers here are all bones found in the human skeleton of, it says here, an average person. So none of those extra bones that some people have. None of those. Of an average person.
An average person?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the bones of the body would be an easier way of saying that, I think.
OK, thanks very much. Right, Nana and Julie all drew lots before the show, and today you get to go first. In this round, we're going to give you a choice of 7 possible answers on the board in each pass. Now, your first set of 7 answers reads like this. Phalanges, sternum, malleus, fibula, farian, maxilla, spinello. Let me read those again. Phalanges, sternum, malleus, fibula, farian, maxilla, and spinello. Now, I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless. You must be careful, though, because there's at least one incorrect answer on the board. Pick one of those and you will, of course, score the maximum 100 points. So then, Nana, are you feeling better about this now you've seen these things on the board?
Yes, it's all come flooding back from GCSE biology, so...
That's good.
I'm going to go for phalanges, which I think are your fingers, the bones in your finger.
Phalanges.
I think so.
Jeez, OK, well, let's see if that is a correct answer. If it is, let's see how many people said phalanges. Well done, Nana. Phalanges doing awfully well. Down it goes. Oh, fabulous. 3. Brilliant answer. 3 points. Rich?
Yeah, well played, Nana. Very good start to the show. You're absolutely right. They're the bones of your fingers and your toes. You have 3 in each of your fingers and toes, apart from your thumb and your big toe.
OK, so, Andy, we come to you. We are looking for bones of the body.
Well,
bones of the body.
I've nothing flooding back, so there's 2 that I do know, so I'm going to have to go for one of those.
Well, phalanges crossed, you've got the, got the right one.
I'm going to go for sternum.
You're going to go for sternum. There it is, second one down. Sternum. Where do you think your sternum is?
I have no idea.
Well, let's see if it's right. If it is, let's see how many people said sternum. That's right. Not a bad answer at all, Andy. That scores you 17 points. So sternum, Richard, where is it?
Yeah, well played, Andy. It's your breastbone, your sternum. It
Oh,
attaches to the upper pair of ribs.
Right, OK, Andy, very well done. 17 points. Lee.
Yes.
Lee, how are you on the bones of the body?
Not particularly brilliant, no. I'm going to go for malleus.
Is that one you think you know, or are you having a...
Well, between 2, so I'm going to go for that one.
You're going to go for
Yeah.
malleus?
Yeah. I'll take my chance
for fun?
there.
For fun? Where do you
For
think your
fun.
malleus is?
I have no idea.
So you don't actually... In fact, you don't your malleus from your elbow, really?
No,
what you're doing.
absolutely.
Okay, right. Let's see if there is such a thing as a malleus in your body, made of bone. And if there is, let's see how many people said it. Malleus. It's right. Might this be a pointless one? Let's see. Down it goes. Very, very good. Very well done. Malleus scores you 2.
So watch me bones.
Richard.
Yeah, well done, Lee. The malleus is probably better known as the hammer, and it's one of the small bones in your ear, along with the anvil and the stirrup.
Very good, thank you. So then, Ed, we are looking for bones of the body. It's been a low-scoring round so far. Nobody has yet found the pointless answer. Nobody has yet landed on the incorrect answer. What do you think? Now, you can talk us through the board there.
Right, well, I knew 4 of them when they came up, and they've picked out 3 of them.
Right.
And there's an obvious one staring me in the face.
Right. Which leaves some slightly baffling ones there that could be parts of an engine or could be bones or...
I've heard of a spine.
Ingredients in a cake, I don't know.
I don't know whether to risk it or...
Very low-scoring round, Ed.
I'm going to go for the Farian.
Farian. See, that's the one I thought was a cake ingredient, but there we are. Well, what do you think the Farian is?
I'm going to say it's in my foot.
Are you an average person? That's the question, though. Is it in everyone's foot? Farian. Let's see if it's correct, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Farian. Hello! It's in a cake! I'm sure it's not in a cake. Unfortunately, Farian is an incorrect answer, which means I'm afraid you score 100 points. What is Farian?
Yeah, unlucky, Ed. Well, Frank Farian is the producer behind Boney M. I'm afraid. And you know what, Ed? I'm not saying he's not in your foot, but he's not in everyone's, I'm afraid. Let's say you were going to say fibula, I think, as the obvious one, and would have scored you 47 points. That's still a pretty big score. Now, one of those, Alexander, is pointless, and one of those is incorrect. What do you think?
Well, I'm thinking maxilla is probably the pointless one because Spinello is in there. You wanted to lead us on a, well, I'm going to have to call a merry dance because it has spine in it.
Ah, well, you see, have you ever played the game Operation, where you pick the little bones out of the body?
Yeah.
It was invented by John Spinello. So that's an incorrect answer.
Good.
And very well done at home if you said maxilla, which is the upper jaw. That was a pointless answer.
There we are. Well, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores as they stand. Well now, Lee and Claire, with your 2 points there for Malleus. Brilliant. Then Nana and Julie, 3 points there for your phalanges. Very, very well done. Better still, you knew what they were, which is more than can be said for Andy with his sternum.
No, we're just joking.
Yes, of course you knew where your sternum was, for heaven's sake. Well, there you are on 17, and then I'm afraid way out in front is Ed and Jenny with 100. So, Jenny, if you can find a pointless answer in the next pass, and one of the others scores 100, you will be through to the next round. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put another 7 answers on the board. We are looking for bones of the body, and we have got lacrimal, femur, zygomatic, humerus, furcular, ulnar, coccyx. Lacrimal, femur, zygomatic, humerus, furcular, ulnar, coccyx. Again, I can tell you that at least one of those is pointless and at least one of those is incorrect. Now then, Jenny.
Yes.
We are looking at a lovely new list of 7 there, and I think on that list, you probably know a fair few of them.
Well, should we say I know 3, which is not a fair few?
It's a few.
It's a few, yes. Well, as we've got 100, I'm going to have a guess and go for furcular.
Well done, you. My favourite one on that list. Furcular. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said furcular. Oh, no! Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, furcular... Furcular. How can that not be a bone in the body? It's such a great name. From now on, it will be. Yeah, I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points, taking your total up to 200. I'm so sorry, Jenny. Richard.
Yeah, the furcular is a bone, but it's not a human bone. It's actually the wishbone in a bird. So your wishbone in your Christmas turkey is the furcular.
Claire and Lee, David and Andy, Julie and Nana. I can tell you now, you are all through to the next round. Because no matter what you score in the rest of this round, you will never overtake Jenny and Ed's very brave and rather brilliant 200 points. Bearing that in mind, Claire, on that board is at least one pointless answer. Come on now, it's worth £250 onto that jackpot. So remember, we are looking for bones of the body, Claire. What are you going to go for?
I want to go for the coccyx, please.
OK, you're going to go for the coccyx. Let's see if it's a correct answer. And if it is, let's see how many people said coccyx. Very well done. That scores you 5, taking your total up to a brilliantly low 7. Richard.
The coccyx, it's the lowest bone of the backbone. It's sort of like a tail. It's a cartilage when you're born. It can take up to 30 years for it to actually become a bone.
Very well done, Claire. The great answer. Lovely low score. Now, David. As with Claire and Lee, it doesn't matter what you say, you're through to the next round, come what may. Let's find a pointless answer. There might be 2 pointless answers on that board, 2 pairs left. Let's try and get them.
I'll try the top one. Lacrimal.
You're going to go for lacrimal. Where do you think the lacrimal bone might be?
I don't know. No idea. But, oh, here, possibly.
OK, right, well, lacrimal. Let's see if that's correct, if it is a bone. If it is, let's see how many people said lacrimal. It's right! Very well done, David. Let's see how far this one goes down. I think it might be going all the way. And it is! Very well done. Very well done. Lacrimal is a pointless answer. It scores you nothing, leaves your total at 17, and it takes today's jackpot total up to 1,250. Very well done. Richard.
Yeah, very well done, David. Great way to start your show. And you're exactly right. They're in your eye socket, a pair of very thin bones in your eye socket, the lacrimal bones.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now, finally, Julie.
Yeah.
Remember, we are looking for bones of the body.
Okay. So, I know 1, I know 2, but there's 1 I'm not sure about. I'm going to go for that one. I'm going to say ulna.
You're going to say ulna. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Ulna. 21. And that takes your total up to 24. Richard, ulna.
Yeah, the ulna is in your forearm. Let's take a look at the rest of the ones. Femur is the longest bone in the body, and the upper leg would have scored a fairly hefty 46. Humerus, which is in the upper arm, that would have scored you 19. Now, zygomatic, do you think that's pointless, or do you think it's incorrect?
I think it's pointless.
Sure? I'll give you 1 chance to change your mind. Do you think it's pointless, or do you think it's incorrect?
I'm gonna go with it. I think it is. I think it's a bone.
No, you're very good. It's actually the bone just underneath your eye, the zygomatic bone, and it also forms part of the cheekbone, which is the zygomatic arch. So it's a pointless answer. Very well done at home if you said zygomatic.
Thanks very much, Richard. So the end of round 1, the losing pair with the highest score. I'm sorry, Ed and Jenny, it's you. I'm so sorry. But what a way to go. I mean, immense style.
Oh, yeah.
And
actually burned out. We loved it.
Yeah. Well, listen, we will, of course, see you again next time. Everyone gets 2 chances to reach the pointless final, and this was only your first chance. And let's hope next time we have you for much more of the game. But thanks so much for playing. Brilliant contestants. Thank you. So for the remaining pairs, it's now time for round 2. Well, now, obviously, there's only room for 2 pairs in the head-to-head, so one team is going to be leaving us disappointed at the end of this round. OK, the category for round 2 is political leaders. I love that acting. It's just good. Oh, no. Political leaders. Oh. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second?
Yeah.
And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, so your round 2 question concerns political leaders of the 90s and their countries. In this round, we're about to show you the names of some political leaders of the 1990s. We asked 100 people to tell us which countries they led. Richard.
Yeah, in each pass, we're going to show you 6 political leaders as of the 1st of January 1990. By country, as always, we mean a sovereign state that is a UN member in its own right.
Thank you very much, Richard. So, we are looking for the countries these political leaders led in the 1990s. And here we go. We have got Margaret Thatcher, Brian Mulroney, Hosni Mubarak, Fidel Castro, Carlos Salinas de Gortari, Francois Mitterrand. Margaret Thatcher, Brian Mulroney, Hosni Mubarak, Fidel Castro, Carlos Salinas de Gortari, Francois Mitterrand. There they are. Nana, what do you think of that little lot?
Awful. So I don't know whether to go for an obvious one or take a risk. This is quite... I think I'll just play a little bit safe. Sorry. I'm going to go for Fidel Castro, Cuba.
Fidel Castro, Cuba, you're saying? Well, let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer.
Yep.
OK, well, no, it's better than 100 points. Remember that. Fidel Castro scores you 92. Richard?
That's a big score, isn't it?
Isn't it?
92. His PR people will be absolutely delighted. It was the leader of Cuba from 1959 till 2008. First Prime Minister and then later President. Nearly 50 years.
Very good. Thanks, Richard. So, Andy, Fidel is off the board. What about the rest of those names?
Well, it don't look very sporty to me, that.
You say that?
Well, there's two that I know, but whether they were in the 90s or not, I'm not quite sure.
They're all in the 90s, I can tell you that. They're
Yeah,
all in the
well,
90s.
right.
We wouldn't catch you out that way.
Francois Mitterrand, then.
You're going to go with him?
France.
Francois Mitterrand, France, you're going to say. Well, let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. That scores you 90 points. Richard?
Yeah, Francois Mitterrand, another very big score. He was president for 14 years, which is longer than anyone since the 1789 revolution.
Lee. You can talk us through the names on that board, because you're the last person to have that selection. What are you thinking?
I'll have to go safe and go for Margaret Thatcher, because I think she was still in Great Britain, Margaret Thatcher.
You're going to go Margaret Thatcher, Great Britain. Well, I predict the grouping on this is going to be spectacular. We've had 92, we've had 90. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think Andy and David, you are going to be our low scorers at the end of this pass, but we'll see. Margaret Thatcher, you're saying. Let's see if it's correct. And if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Margaret Thatcher, Great Britain. What?
You never have thought that
Wow. That scores you 79 points. Fabulous low score there, Lee. Richard, Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah, only 79. Fidel Castro will be absolutely delighted, won't he? But yeah, Margaret Thatcher, she officially ruled the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, but will accept Great Britain. Let's take a look at the other three. Those are three huge scores there. The other three are lower scores. Hosni Mubarak is Egypt. Would have scored you 27 points, would have been worth saying. Brian Mulroney, do you know that?
Canada.
Canada, exactly right, would have scored you 6. And Carlos Salinas de Gortari.
Don't know.
Mexico would have scored you 4. Very well done if you got all 6.
OK, well, let's take a look at the scores. We're halfway through the round. Very high-scoring round, that one. But fabulous low score there from Lee and Claire with the little-known... Am I saying this right? Margaret Thatcher, am I saying that right? Margaret Thatcher, who knew that, was leader of the UK back in those 90s. Then we have Andy and David, who came in with Francois Mitterrand, scoring 90. And Nana and Julie, 92. You're not that far ahead of the rest of the field, so anything could happen on this next pass. You all have to make sure you answer as obscurely as you possibly can. Right, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more names of political leaders on the board. And here they are. Corazon Aquino, Bob Hawke, George H.W. Bush, Benazir Bhutto, Paul Biya and F.W. de Klerk. I'll read those one more time. Corazon Aquino, Bob Hawke, George H.W. Bush, Benazir Bhutto, Paul Biya and F.W. de Klerk. Remember, we are looking for the countries that they led, and you are trying to find the one that the fewest of our 100 people knew. So then, Claire, you're the low scorers on 79.
Not for long.
Well, you say that. If you can score 12 or less with this answer, you are definitely through to the next round. You think you can do that?
I'm going to go for F.W. de Klerk, South Africa.
F.W. de Klerk, South Africa, you're going to say. Here's your red line coming in. If you get below that red line, you are definitely through to the next round. It's not the end of the world if you're above that red line, because the other 2 pairs have yet to answer. Let's see if F.W. de Klerk, South Africa, is correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. right? 79. Well, you've matched your score. That's fantastic. 79 again. That takes your total up to 158. Richard.
Might be our highest scoring ever round. Yeah, it's a good answer, though. He was president from 89 to 94, F.W. de Klerk. Won the Nobel Peace Prize with Nelson Mandela.
Very good. OK, David, you are on 90. If you can score 67 or less with your answer, you are definitely through to the head-to-head. Do any of these names ring a bell?
Oh, yeah. At least 3 of them, but it's the countries that go with them. No, I've got to go with the one that I really do know, and that's George W.
George H.W.
H.W.
George H.W.
Which is USA.
USA. Now, if you can score 67 or less with this, let's keep hoping. George H.W. Bush. There's your red line. If you get below that red line, you are through to the next round. Let's see if it's correct. If it is, let's see how many people said George H.W. Bush, USA. Ah. I tell you what, that's 1 point better than getting it wrong. That scores you 99, and it takes your total up to 189. Richard.
Yeah, George Herbert Walker Bush. He was president of America, as everyone apart from one person knows.
OK, well now, Julie.
Yes.
You've been handed a fantastic lifeline there by David. They are the high scorers on 189. If you can score 96 or less with this answer, you are through to the head-to-head. Now then, you can talk us through the board.
Right. I think I know the first one, and I know Benazir Bhutto. I'm going to go for Benazir Bhutto. My heart, oh my gosh. And I'm going to say Pakistan.
You're going to say Pakistan for Benazir Bhutto. OK, there's your red line. Look how high it is. Look how high. Benazir Bhutto. Pakistan. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Well done. 51. Benazir Bhutto, Pakistan, scores you 51 points, taking your total up to 143. Richard.
Yeah, very well played, Julie. It's Benazir Bhutto. She was the first woman to be elected head of an Islamic state, Benazir Bhutto. So very good answer. Let's take a look at the others. Bob Hawke, probably the most famous there. He was Australia. Would have scored 74 points. You know Corazon Aquino?
Yes, the Philippines.
Philippines, yeah, absolutely right. Would have scored 15. And Paul Biya is harder. It just scores 2 points. So well done if you get it at home. What are you saying?
Cameroon.
Cameroon is exactly right.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score. Oh, I'm sorry, David and Andy, it's you. We have to say goodbye to you. We will see you again next time. Everyone gets 2 shots at the pointless final, and this was only your first. But thank you so much for playing. You've been great contestants. Thank you. But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. So very well done, Claire and Lee, Nana and Julie, our 2 returning pairs. You've made it through to the head-to-head. Now, obviously, only one pair can make it through to today's final and play for the jackpot, which currently stands at £1,250. Now, you're going to go head-to-head on the best of 3 questions. For each question, each pair needs to give me just 1 answer, and you are now allowed to confer. All you have to do is come up with an answer that scores less than the other pair to win that question. The pair who gets to the best of 3 will be playing for today's jackpot. OK, let's play Pointless. Here is your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many members of the Sex Pistols as they could. Richard.
We're looking for the names of anyone who's been a full-time member of the band The Sex Pistols since their formation up to the start of 2011. There are 5 names on the list.
OK, Claire and Lee, you've played best throughout the show so far, so you get to go first. We are looking for the names of the Sex Pistols. Yeah?
Gonna go for Johnny Rotten or John Lydon.
Johnny Rotten A.K.A. John Lydon.
Lydon,
OK,
yeah.
very good. Nana and Julie.
I'm thinking Sid Vicious, but I'm not even sure he was a member of the Sex Pistols, but that's the only name we
You're
have.
going to go for Sid Vicious. We have Johnny Rotten, we have Sid Vicious. OK, well, let's take them in the order they were given. Johnny Rotten, say Claire and Lee. Let's see if it's correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said Johnny Rotten. It's right. 57. Nana and Julie have gone for Sid Vicious. What do you think?
No.
Are you confident?
No, not at all.
Not at all. OK, well, let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Sid Vicious. Yes, it's right.
Wow.
And it beats Johnny Rotten. So after the first question, it is 1-0 to Nana and Julie. Bit of a surprise there. There we are.
Yeah, you did not think you'd be winning a question about the Sex Pistols,
No.
did you? And so you think there's 3 other names on the list? You
Three
think,
other. I can get 2 of them. I can do
go on.
Glenn Matlock and I can do Paul Cook.
Yeah, you're only missing the guitarist. Let's take a look. Paul Cook at the bottom
Steve
there.
Jones, I've got to say.
Yeah. Paul Cook, the drummer. Steve Jones, the guitarist, on 11. Glenn Matlock, the original bassist, on 12. He was replaced by Sid Vicious, 44. And Johnny Rotten, or as you say, John Lydon, right at the top there on 57.
OK, thank you very much, Richard. Here is your second question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many vowels in the phonetic alphabet as they could. No. Vowels in the phonetic alphabet. What, is that...
No, because we should be good at this, so, you know.
We both studied linguistics, so we should be good at this.
Well, maybe you will be.
OK, we'll see.
I have every faith. Richard, vowels in the phonetic alphabet.
Yeah, we're looking for any of the words that signify a vowel in the NATO phonetic alphabet. That's A, E, I, O, and U. Very best of luck.
OK, well, just before you give your answers, I'm just going to tell you how the land lies. Claire and Lee, you have to win this point to stay in the game and go through to that final. Nana and Julie, if you win this point, you are straight through to that final. And Nana and Julie, it's your turn to answer first as well.
We're going to go for U for uniform.
You're going to say uniform?
Yeah.
OK, uniform. Claire and Lee, what are you going to give me?
I'm going to go for indigo.
You're going to go for indigo. OK, I, indigo, you, uniform. In the order they're given, Nana and Julie said uniform. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Very good. Very good. 30. Claire and Lee are going for indigo. Oh, no, are you worried?
Yeah, I think it's India. She just said straight after it's India, isn't it? When we both went, yeah. So, never mind.
We have to take your first answer.
Yeah,
I'm
not
afraid.
to worry.
Well, indigo. Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said indigo. Yeah, bad luck, Claire and Lee. I'm afraid that is an incorrect answer. That means that after only 2 questions, Nana and Julie are through to the final 2-0. Very well done. So, Richard.
Yeah, that's really unlucky, Claire and Lee. As you say, it's India, and would also have scored 30 points. So it would have been a tie there. There is actually one answer that beats uniform, surprisingly, I think, which is Oscar, which has scored 29. There's uniform and India on 30, Echo 49, and Alpha right at the top with 58.
Well, thank you very much, Richard. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head round, I'm afraid it's Claire and Lee. Dear, oh dear, head-to-heads haven't been kind to you, have they?
No, not really.
So who's going to be watching at home, Claire and Lee?
Well, my 13-year-old son will be.
My kids will be and hanging their head in shame, probably.
Oh, I'm sure they should be. They will be.
They were already.
You've made it through to the head-to-head, for heaven's sake, twice. No, they should be justly proud.
Well, they should, but
they certainly should. Well, That's just the age they're at.
It is.
Nothing to do, no reflection on your performance. No, you've been fabulous, contestants. Thank you very, very much for playing.
Thank you.
It's been lovely having you on the
Good
show.
luck. Good luck. You win.
But for Nana and Julie, it's now time for our pointless final and the chance to win our jackpot of £1,250. So, congratulations, Nana and Julie. You've fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. Very well done. Very, very well done. Well, you now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot. At the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £1,250. Well, the rules are very simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people could think of. Now, we've had one pointless answer on the show today. You only have to find one more, and you will go home with that money. First, though, you've got to choose a category, and you can choose from these 3 options. They are science, American singers, TV talent shows. Science, American singers, TV talent shows. It's going to be science, isn't it? I know.
Definitely not science.
No.
American singers. What if TV talent shows? What if there's something before we were born?
Yeah, like, what's that one they all talk about? Something Faces or something?
I don't know.
That we don't know.
If it's American Idol or Pop Idol or
Then
something.
it's all right, but it could
American
be winners.
singers, that could be...
Could be anyone.
Yeah.
But TV talent shows could be the winners of something which we know, don't we?
Do you want to go for that?
Oh my God.
I don't mind. I don't mind. Whichever one.
We've got the pointless trophy, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Should we go for talent shows?
Yeah, this one.
OK, we're going to go for TV talent shows.
TV talent shows. OK, well, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Strictly Come Dancing professionals as they could. Richard.
We're looking for any professional dancer who's partnered one of the celebrities in any series of Strictly Come Dancing from the first series in 2004 all the way through to the 2010 series.
OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £1,250 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Your 60 seconds start now.
Well, I don't watch Strictly.
All I know is, obviously, there's Anton Dubek.
Yeah.
I don't know the surnames.
What about the one that's going out with Cheryl Cole? Derek
Cole,
the American.
but is he on, I
Dancing
don't think
with
he's
the
on
Stars.
that. No. What about...
I know the American ones. Is there Maxim?
No.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I don't think I can help. I don't watch it.
I've completely gone blank.
What about the females? The
I know.
women? Isn't that an Ola?
Yeah, but their
that'd be
surnames.
obvious.
Their surnames as well. Don't know the surnames.
Do we need their surnames? Yes.
Sorry.
Okay, so...
I don't. Christina.
yeah.
Smirnoff.
They're all people, but just... Surname. Oh, 9 seconds.
Oh,
All right.
minute can fly by.
5 seconds left.
So which one?
Oh.
Anton Dubek.
OK, that is your time up. We were looking for Strictly Come Dancing professionals. I now need your 3 answers. I'm so looking forward to this. What are your answers going to be?
So, Anton Dubek.
Anton Dubek.
Rubbish.
I'm going to go for Christina Smirnoff.
Good.
Christina
Never know,
Smirnoff.
having faith.
Brilliant.
And who else should we have?
Ola something.
Ola Magdalena.
Ola Magdalena. Of our cars. I shouldn't laugh. These people probably are... There are people watching called this name. Christina Smirnoff is jumping up and down. OK, of those 3, which is your most confident?
Anton Dubek.
Anton Dubek. OK, we'll put him last then, shall we? And of Ola Magdalena and Christina Smirnoff, which of those would you like to put first and second, or is it really not?
You choose.
Can I choose?
Yeah.
Brilliant. I'm going to put Ola Magdalena first, if I may. Here they are. Ola Magdalena. Christina Smirnoff. And Anton Dubek. OK, we were looking for Strictly Come Dancing professionals. This was your least confident answer. You only need one of them to be pointless to win that money. You never know. Ola Magdalena. Let's see. Just let's see if it's correct. If it is correct, let's see how many people said Ola Magdalena. Oh, bad luck. Yes, I'm
I was
afraid.
really sure about that as well.
Unfortunately, and I think you're not surprised, that is not a pointless answer. You only have 2 more chances to win that jackpot. We will try your second answer now. I'm so sorry. We will try your second answer now. Christina Smirnoff. Let's see if it is a correct answer, and if it is, let's see if anybody said Christina Smirnoff. This is your second shot at that jackpot of £1,250. Sadly, Christina Smirnoff has yet to dance. You have one last crack at that jackpot, and this, I think you have some faith in this answer. Anton Dubek, your third and final answer. We were looking for Strictly Come Dancing professionals. This was your most confident answer, Anton Dubek. This has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Anton Dubek. It's right. Down it goes. You've made it below 50. 32. Bad luck, bad luck. Unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot of £1,250, which rolls over to the next show. But you have been fantastic contestants, and you do, of course, get to take home our pointless trophy. Quite right. So, Richard, what were the answers to that question?
Well, you know, firstly, bad luck. You've been fantastic throughout, and it's a shame to come across that that category. There is an Ola, and it's Ola Jordan, and she would have scored you 6 points. Unbelievably, there's someone who's very, very similar to Christina Smirnoff, and that's Christina Rianoff.
Oh, that's wrong.
But if you had said that, that would have gone all the way down to 1. There's a load of pointless answers here. I suspect you won't recognise any of these names. I hope not. Andrew Curden, Hannah Harala, Hannah Kartinen. These are all pointless answers. John Burns, Katja Verschilas, and Kylie Jones. Very well done if you got any of those at home.
OK, thanks, Richard. Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Nana and Julie, but you've been fantastic. You really have. You've done fantastically well, and you've been great contestants in both shows you've done. So thanks so much for playing. Thank you. Nobody's won our jackpot today, so it rolls over, which means on the next show we'll be playing for £2,250. Join us next time to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
If you want to be on the next series of Pointless, you can find out more by going to bbc.co.uk/beonashow.